Hello Internet, my name is David and welcome to Adulting 101. Today we are going to talk to you about primaries and caucuses. If you have voted in a general election in the past, you may feel ready to participate in the primary season, but depending on your state, it may look quite different than a general election. We are going to talk to you about everything you need to know to make your voice heard about who gets on the ballot. During the elections process, each party must select nominees that represent that party in the general election. There are two different systems that states use to decide who they support putting on the ballot: primaries and caucuses. A rule of thumb is that primaries are elections and caucuses are meetings. But what does that mean? Well, let's chat primaries first. Primaries are elections similar to the general in November, where voters submit secret ballots for the candidate of their choosing. There are different types of primaries depending on your state. For example, Florida has a closed primary. That means that only those who are registered with a given party can vote in that party's primary election. However, states like Mississippi and Hawaii have open primaries, which mean that anyone can vote in either primary regardless of their party affiliation. There are other types of primaries that fall on the spectrum of closed and open, but the most important thing to take away is that you should check with your Secretary of State at least a month ahead about the type of primary your state has, so you have ample time to change your voter registration if need be. Caucuses are a little less straightforward than your primary. Caucuses, opposed to primaries, don't happen all day, but during a certain time on election day. But don't be too late, some states won't let you come in after a caucus has begun. Okay, so you got there, on time. So now what? If you are part of the Republican caucus, you have it easier. You hear some speeches and you cast a secret ballot. The votes are tallied up and you're done. Democratic caucuses work a little differently. People group themselves together based on support for different candidates. Then, after speeches and debates, people will redistribute until there are fewer candidates left and only support for viable candidates remain. This process can get a little heated and sometimes takes a while, so be prepared. It will be a little more of a time investment than just coming in and casting your vote. So, what's the big takeaway? Primaries and caucuses can be a bit more complicated than what meets the eye, but that should not deter you. Don't lose this chance to make your voice heard on who ends up on your ballot. Check your Secretary of State's website for information about your primary or caucus. Then, make a plan and help ensure that our democracy has you in mind. Still have questions? Leave a comment below or email us at digital@younginvincibles.org. Until next time, and thanks for tuning in to Adulting 101 with Young Invincibles.